Hello, I'm Graham Jones and welcome to Channel KT4, broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube. You can join in by sending in questions during the show. Just press the comments button on the screen. Don't forget to click the like or share buttons. If you're watching on YouTube, please click to subscribe to Channel KT4. It's free. I'm so pleased to welcome to my virtual studio, not one, but two guests from Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership. Please give a warm welcome to Natalie Chandler, lead employment and work related. Sorry. And also, I'm going to look at and say hello to Claudia Aristide, project manager, learning partnership. A warm welcome to you both. Great to see you here.
Thanks, Graham.
Hi, Graham.
Oh, come on, guys. Look, the sun's shining outside. It's a wonderful day.
It's great to be here. Thank you for inviting us.
That's all right. That's all right. Just enjoy the show. Now, Nanette, I apologize if for some reason I keep wanting to say not Nanette. I want to say something else. But anyway, for some reason, Nanette it is. And if I say somebody else, then I'm sorry. But
Nanette, I understand. It happens a lot.
Okay, good. Okay, Nanette, I hope you're going to tell us a little bit about Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership and their work in Epsom and Ewell areas before Claudia tells us about Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub. Please, could you tell us something about Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership, the charity for which you both work?
I can, Graham. Yes, thank you. So Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership as a charity has been working in the Surrey area for over 20 years. We are a charity, so all of the work that we do is funded by our various partners. And our objective, our aim in all the work that we do is to support Surrey residents to thrive, to reach their potential. And we do that primarily through anything to do with employment and work-related learning. So this is our area of specialty in which we have so many years' experience. And we work with so many different funding partners across Surrey to that end. So we don't just work in Epsom and Ewell Borough. We also have projects running in places like Guildford, Woking and Mull Valley and Tandridge. But obviously today, we're going to focus on a couple of the projects that we have been running in the Epsom and Ewell area. Just a couple of other examples to fill you in for other projects that Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership run. Some of your listeners may be aware of the bike project, which is in Guildford, which is where we recycle bikes. So all the abandoned bikes that clutter up the streets and parks of that area are brought into the bike project, and they are renovated by our volunteers who are learning on the job and undertaking accredited cycle maintenance courses. And then we sell those lovely bikes back to the public at a really good rate. So everybody really benefits from that project. And it's probably one of our most heard of projects.
Okay, Nanette, can I ask you a question about the bike project, which I must admit I missed that when I was doing my little bit of research. Do you have a system whereby somebody can come and collect those?
Absolutely. So the bike project can be found on Facebook, where residents can contact them, find out what sort of bikes they've currently got available that they have renovated. And obviously COVID constraints permitting, they can go into the site there and choose a bike that's suitable for them.
Okay, because I have to say that out in my garden, I've got two push bikes that have been there for about 10 years and are kind of like just under a bit of tarpaulin or something. And I was thinking, what am I going to do with those bikes?
Okay, absolutely.
Maybe I can help you with that.
Yes, we collect bikes from the public as well as the local train stations and police and councils bringing abandoned bikes into the project. But as I say, that project is based in Guildford. So it's primarily, that catchment area. But obviously, if anybody's willing to travel to Guildford with their bikes, then brilliant.
No, absolutely. I must admit, just by your opening address there to us, I'm amazed at the amount of scope that the Lifelong Learning Partnership has within, the wider Surrey catchment area. Of course, I know we're focusing here on Epsom and Ewell, but all the different projects that you've got going, it's absolutely fascinating, all this work you're doing. And Nanette, could you tell us a bit about another project you've got? Am I got this right? You've got an ethos project going. And I think the ethos project, this is the logo for it, I think. Yep. So could you tell me something about what service does ethos provide to the community?
Yes, I can do, Graham. And the Ethos Project is working in the Epsom and Ewell Borough and has been for many years. And again, it's all about employment and work-related learning and training. Our passion is to support Epsom and Ewell Borough residents of any age from 19 through to retirement, so all ages of working life. Our aim is to help local residents to thrive, whether they be currently in work, perhaps on a 0 hours contract, or perhaps in a low paid, insecure position, and they have ambition to move onwards and upwards. We will support those individuals to look at their skills, look at their life situation, and help them to action plan how to move forward and progress in their career. Other clients may be looking to career change. They may perhaps have had a career in the finance sector, but perhaps now their personal circumstances have changed and they're looking to retrain and change career direction. So again, we can support those individuals to plan that progression, to work out what the stepping stones are, and we signpost people to training, and just in every way we can help them to progress. The Ethos Project also provides the practical support involved in job searching. So many of the Ethos clients may be out of work, particularly at the moment. Perhaps people have been furloughed and or their previous place of work may have shut down. So we're providing the hand-holding practical support around CV writing and finding jobs to apply for, making those online job applications and preparing for those daunting interviews. So we work with people very much on a one-to-one basis, helping them to practice those interviews.
Wow, that's amazing. Can I just say to you, Nanette, I nearly said Natalie then. That's what it was. It was Natalie. Nanette, can I just say, actually, we've got a comment has come in from somebody. You can ask questions or leave a comment. And this is a fairly local one. So here it is. Hello from Georgia, USA, from Christina Hoos. So Christina, thank you very much for saying hello. Nice to see you. And I hope you're enjoying the show. Thanks very much indeed. So, I mean, it is amazing. And you're showing me all these wonderful things that you're doing. And do you mind if I pop over and have a chat with Claudia? And
sure.
We'll talk about a couple of things that Claudia's involved in, particularly with the Skills Hub and everything else like that. Okay, thanks very much. Great to see you. Hello, Claudia. Just like magic, you're on the screen. You've wandered straight out of the green room and straight onto the screen. So, Claudia, just help me out here. What is the Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub and what's it all about?
Hi, Graham. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, my pleasure.
So the Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub, it's predominantly a learning service that we provide to people living in the borough of Epsom and Ewell. And what we'll do, we'll receive referrals, many of them coming from the Ethos project that Nanette talked about earlier. And we'll sit with them, have a chat about what they have been doing, what they've been learning in the past, what skills they have, and what they'd like to do in the future. It's often really to help them with employment opportunities that they may wish to explore. And yeah, it's really about identifying their current level of skill, what they're interested in doing. Many of our participants, they wouldn't usually have acquired a qualification up to about level 2. And so they're perhaps wanting to transfer jobs, or they're out of work and really needing to upskill to better their opportunities. So what we do then is to see what's out there, see what qualifications and courses match what they say that they want to undertake. and we'll guide them through that process. A lot of hand holding. Sometimes we support directly, where we actually tutor one-to-one with the participant. Many of our participants may not be ready to go into learning with a further education establishment. So we provide wraparound support and mentoring as well to make sure that they've got the confidence and resilience to see whatever it is that they're learning or trying to develop within themselves through. So, yeah. Sorry, just one other thing to add is that we're actually quite a small team. We consist of a group of volunteers, tutors specialising in things like functional skills, literacy, numeracy, as well as mentors as well.
No, that's great. Thanks very much for sharing that, Claudia. Much appreciated indeed. And can you tell me, actually, the Epsom Mule Skills Hub, who is it actually for? Can you just break that down a bit more for me? I'm really interested to find out, who's benefiting from this.
Yeah, so as said, it's people that live in Epsom and Ewell Borough Council. They would be over the age of 19 or over. Just, any adult really that's really interested in learning and developing their skills. They are looking for sustainable employment usually, and usually haven't undertaken a qualification up to level 2. But yeah, and also people that want to look to do something else very different from what they would have previously have done. So for example, with regards to administration jobs, many people would have been used to, storing documentation in filing cabinets the old way. And, more recently, everything's becoming quite digital. So it's really about upskilling and making sure that people have the up-to-date skills needed for today's working environment, really.
I think one of the people that we're going to talk to about in a short while is Anita, and I think she was talking about computer skills and computer literacy and all the various things that she's particularly done, and she's done it very well. So let's talk about some of the wonderful people that have benefited from your project, and I'd like to ask you something about Nathan. And I tell you what, probably the best way to do this is that if I put up a little bit of video, and then you can, if I can work this through at the moment, if I put up a little bit of a video, and then after we've had the video, you can tell me a little bit more about Nathan.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good.
Let's do it that way. Here we go. This is Nathan talking about how he's experienced the Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub.
Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for speaking with me today about your experience on the Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub. So
that's all right.
I just wanted to start off by asking you, when did you actually join the Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub?
I started to join about February, March last year. But it was helpful and I got introduced from the person who introduced me to it was Nanette, and she did IT with Alex, and that was 5 weeks course. And then Nanette introduced me to you, Claudia.
Okay.
And like having you and Diane.
So what's Diane been helping you with?
She's been helping me with my English as well.
And what would you like to do in the future?
In the future, well, I'm hoping to pass my English. To help that. Hopefully that might help me get me a job.
And what sort of jobs are you interested in?
I like horticulture and like plants and
but you've got those skills now to be able to do those sorts of things. So
yes.
yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and I wish you all the best with your
Yeah.
future plans.
But hopefully, that we could still continue to build up, and
Thank you.
that's all right.
There you go, really nice man there, Claudia, Nathan, and you can see that he's done his English.
That's right. He's still doing
yeah.
his English. Yeah, we're working
Yeah.
together on that. Yeah.
That's brilliant, and he's really into horticulture, and I think he looks like he's a sort of guy that wants to be out there, you know, and tending the land and doing gardening and various things like that, you know.
Yeah.
I remember I used to have a nephew, and when he was young, he used to say, "I want to be like Granddad and do gardening." So it looks like but I think what also comes across to me from Nathan is how much he really wants to continue the process, and he's looking at you, and he's looking at Nanette to kind of like improve himself, and using the facilities that you have and the great tutors and everything else that you have to help him improve in himself, which is a remarkable thing, I think.
It is. Yeah, no, it's he's just a very typical example of that, you know, one-to-one close support that we provide. And, you know, he's just done so well, like working as part of the Skills Hub. He originally started with doing an external training course, and that was proving a little bit difficult for him. So we brought it in, we brought him in, and he's been doing a wealth of courses with us. So he's been doing some digital skills as well that he talked about with Alex, where, you know, just being able to be on Zoom. So he was talking on Zoom. He learns on Zoom at the moment, and he couldn't do that right at the beginning. So on the back of the digital course that he did, and social media, he's done other courses with our digital tutor around social media. He's really developing and building in confidence. He can really see how improving in literacy will also help him further on down the line with, you know, securing work, hopefully in the horticultural sector. He'd really like to do that. He's passionate about that.
Yeah, that comes across very clearly, Claudia, how passionate he is. But he also, you know, you mentioned that you know, he's been doing these courses, you know, and he mentioned his 5-week English course. He's been doing that on Zoom, and of course, this is where the amount of charities and people that I've talked to over the past year, we've talked to about how actually digital technology has come of age during this pandemic. Probably one of the good things that's come out of this is that people who wouldn't ordinarily be using this form of technology are now learning those additional skills within their computers and everything else like that, so they can communicate outside their own homes, and they can learn. And that's the real key, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, we have a mixture of learners that want to just really brush up and get to grips with digital skills, just so that, you know, they might be able to undertake a short course or be able to submit documents as you know, to get onto a course in their lives, to people that really want to engage in essential IT skills. So wanting to progress in things like Microsoft software packages like Excel or Office. And we provide sort of wraparound learning support, mentor support to get them through that. So sometimes we'll refer somebody to a further education establishment such as Vision to Learn, something like that. That's virtual as well. And we'll be checking in, we'll be calling them, ensuring that they don't have any problems with submitting any assignments that they've got to do, that they've got the right specification to be able to upload, you know, even like a mini course in order to overcome an obstacle or a problem, something that they haven't quite mastered enough. So yeah, we're finding that actually digital learning has been one of our most popular courses to date.
Right. Okay. I'm sure it is now. Also, you had the opportunity, and you something you did earlier. You had a little chat with Anita, who's
Right.
another person who's been gaining a lot from the courses and everything else that you provided. And fascinating listening to Anita. She really does know how to talk, which is great, and she's very passionate. Let's have a look at what Anita's got to say.
Hi, Anita. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me today. So,
okay, it's a pleasure.
So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your experience on the Epsom and Your Skills Hub. So first of all, when did you first join?
So I joined the Epsom and Your Skills Hub at the beginning of last year, 2020. And the reason I joined was because I was hoping that the Epsom and Your Skills Hub would be able to support me with further developing my skills in various IT courses. And one of the courses which I did undertake last year was the AGI course, which was the Advice, Guidance and Information course.
Excellent. It sounds really good. So thinking about some of the things that you studied, can you tell us some of the different courses and how our tutors helped you?
So I was provided with some support from a very nice tutor who supported me with doing some digital training. Basically, I was shown how to use certain apps on my iPhone, such as the eBay app, Sainsbury's app, etc., so that I was able to further develop my skills in navigating around these apps, so that I could become more independent in my everyday life.
So what's your plans for the future, and how are you being supported now?
Doing some audio typing, as I thoroughly enjoy doing audio typing and listening to various information being read to me, and for me to just literally type the information up. I hope in the future I can undertake many more courses with the support of the Epsom and Hub skills.
I wish you all the best with your future learning, and
thank you very much, and thank you very much for taking the time to listen to some of the experiences I've gained over the year. So thank you very much.
I think it's actually amazing, Claudia, that Annette, she's learning how to do audio dictation on computer. I mean, I think I'd have great difficulty with that one. So it's great work that they're all doing. So can I just say a big thank you to you for arranging to have those little interviews with Nathan and Anita. It does help a great deal on programs like this to bring real people who are benefiting, to put them on the program so people can see it. So what are some of the successes that people have had through the Epsom and Your Hub?
So some of the successes have been around supporting people to learn. So we talked about digital skills, but actually you need devices to be able to learn. And we have partnered with organisations, some local charities, to be able to provide tablets and dongles, so free broadband access. Many of the courses due to lockdown have been virtual, so people need the right equipment. So that's been a success, just getting people with the right tools to be able to access learning. And it's just, other successes has just been like really experiencing that journey where people have grown in confidence, grown in resilience. Perhaps they may not have been successful with passing a qualification first time round, and have had to redo particular elements of the course, and just so pleased and chuffed with themselves for having accomplished what they wouldn't have done in the past. And not just that, you know, going on to undertake further learning in areas that they want to develop. Sometimes that might be with a qualification or a short course, or, you know, just developing some soft skills, like a one-day course, something like that, where they're really trying to develop so that they can have a better chance of sustainable employment in the main. And, you know, the biggest is, you know, when you just see somebody securing, getting that job, getting through the interview, having a successful interview, and landing a job that they, you know, didn't think that they could actually do, perhaps as a result of completing, you know, essential IT, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's amazing. It's wonderful to experience their successes and their joys along with them.
I actually think I'm with you there, Claudia. I think being able to enjoy their success has got to be the real pleasure about the work that you're particularly doing at this moment in time. I'm going to ask a question here, because I find that every time I'm talking with charities and volunteer groups and community groups and all those sort of things, there's one question that comes up. And the question is about funding. I mean, how does this work? I would think, I would hope, I use the word hope here, that from the Epsom and Ewell perspective, Epsom and Ewell Borough Council are supporting the endeavours and work that you're doing. And I would also hope that Surrey County Council are supporting you. I did look on the Surrey County Council website, and I saw that actually you've been championed by one of the county councillors, Residents Association county councillor, who's Eba Kington, and he's been championing your cause, and he's putting some quotes about the great work that you do. So I'm trying not to answer the question that I've just posed, but how are you funded?
Oh, it's a good question. So we were actually funded up to February of this year, but actually our funding has actually come to an end, and I mean, that's one of the key reasons why, you know, we were just so thankful to have the opportunity to come and talk with you today, Graham, because we need to continue the work. We're still getting referrals. There's still a great demand for our service, and presently we are supporting people that have been with us on the Epsom and Ewell Skills Hub when it started about a year ago. But we want to continue to take new referrals. But in order to do that, we're actually seeking potential funding partners that can help us to continue to pay for things like tutors, the hiring of facilities, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I'd like to use this opportunity, if I can, you know, for anyone, any organizations, individuals, companies that think that they can help in some way to put us in the right direction, maybe with potential funding opportunities, that would be great, because we just really want to extend this out to new participants, as we have been, and we will continue to support the people that are already on the Skills Hub and have been with us, but we want to continue to do that in the future.
Okay, whilst you were saying that, Claudia, my mind immediately was saying, and I agree that, you know, obviously you need to find, you know, avenues for funding. It's really important, and it's critical to keep up all the good work that is quite clearly the work that you're doing. And my mind kind of like says that I think one of the untapped sources locally is small business. And there's an organization called the Federation of Small Businesses, and there is a Surrey part of that federation, the Surrey group, and they meet in Epsom. Actually, they meet in Epsom every so often. But I think connecting, you're talking about, for example, when you're looking at literacy and you're talking about technology. There's got to be technology-based companies who could have a reason to partner. I'm sure that you've gone down all these lines, and you know it all far better than I do and will do. But I just want to wish you all the best with that. And I'm just going to put up on the screen here, and here's the information, everybody that's watching, that Claudia, what Claudia is saying is, please feel free to contact her on any of the ways that you can see, whether it's by telephone, whether it's by the website, whether it's by Twitter or Facebook or whatever it is. Please feel free to contact Claudia and see how you can help all the great work that they're all doing. I think that may help just a little bit, Claudia. We'll try and do that. I'm going to bring Nanette back into there we are. She's been sat in the green room quite happily. I could see her enjoying the corporate hospitality that comes with the green room. So welcome back, Nanette. And I was just wondering whether, Nanette, do you have any final words, having listened to all the wonderful things that Claudia's had to say, and of course the words that you said earlier?
Thanks, Graham. No, I'm a huge fan of the work that Claudia and her team do. And as Claudia said, they have so many people waiting for their support. And I really hope that perhaps somebody listening to your show will think, oh, I can help in some way with this. That would be a fantastic outcome for the residents of Epsom and Ewell Borough. So thank you very much for the opportunity to come and talk today.
Okay, thank you for that. And I've got another comment has just come through, and I don't know what you guys are doing here, but you've certainly got a fan base coming from the other side of the pond. This is from a guy called Martin McKenzie, and he said, "Good day," from South Carolina. So wow, how amazing is that? So thank you, Martin, for taking the time to put a message out, and also, more importantly, for watching and looking at the show. Much appreciated indeed. And a very big thank you to both Nanette and Claudia for taking the time to join me here on Channel KT4 and bring to light all the amazing work Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership does for our local community. Now, I think one thing that Claudia was just saying here, let's just focus on this for a second. They need some support, and I really do think this is something that small local businesses could get involved in and help within our own community. I'm passionate about that. That's why this program exists, and I really do want you to do that. And I just want to say to you guys, keep up all the great work that you're doing. Thank you very much indeed. It's very much appreciated, and I'm sure that other people in the community also appreciate the work. So once again, Surrey Lifelong Learning Partnership, guys, thank you very much indeed. Now, each week I give a little shout out to one of our local advertisers who support our local magazine, The Cuddingtonian. This week, it's a long-standing supporters of The Cuddingtonian, which is Hellings Brothers, local roofing specialist. Many thanks, guys. Your work and everything that you do and your support to The Cuddingtonian is so much appreciated, and it really is very much appreciated indeed for everybody who reads and helps put together The Cuddingtonian. Next week, here on Channel KT4, my guest is none other than Bess Hardy, who'll be talking to me all about conquest art. Until then, stay safe and bye now.